Lazyboro here. We are going to look at this week's toy haul. It is Sunday. We are going to film this right now before the Sunday morning games start. Go Patriots. All right, let's do this. We're coming from Bakersfield, California. My usual swap meet, at the Kern County Fairgrounds, has been moved basically because the Kern County Fair is in town. Our big yearly county fair is in town for the next 2 weeks. So that means we all kind of migrate south a few miles to the Hosking Avenue swap meet, and that's where today's stuff came from. First of all, I'll show off a little bit of what we got at yard sales yesterday because it was not impressive. First of all, I mean, no disrespect to the merchandise I got, I just didn't get the volume that I usually get, so you'll see. But this is a cool little tie, the makers of Beanie Babies. Here's a cool little Captain America, so, you know, flesh out the Captain America display. Let's see, we got a couple of books here. Now this is a IDW, this is like a graphic novel here, but they use images from the Nickelodeon show, and then they insert the speech bubbles and stuff. So this is pretty cool. It was only a quarter from IDW, little mini comic there. In the Ninja Turtle theme for 50 cents. This is kind of a kid's book, Epic Turtle Tales. Same thing, based on the Nickelodeon series. This is one I'll probably keep for the girls. Something I could read to the girls during story time. They like Ninja Turtles. Wow. Alright, sweet little roundhouse kick by Leonardo there. Again, with the kids' book theme, here's the 5-minute stories that are kind of really popular. They make these 5-minute story books with a bunch of licensed properties. You know, $12.99 cover price usually. I went ahead and picked that up for $1, and probably cheaper because I bundled some stuff together, but there you go. And that's one I'll probably keep for the girls also. Always looking for more books during story time, and this one is definitely for the girls. Discovery Kids, 5,000 Amazing Facts, incredible but true facts about everything. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a sweet book for reading time. So like I say, most of my haul there is for the girls. The coolest thing I got was 1991 Big Boss Man. This is the Hasbro WWF, now WWE figures. So for a lot of people, this was their first wrestling figure. For some people a little bit older, it was the LJNs from the early 80s. These are the Hasbros from the very early 90s. And Big Boss Man, one of my favorites from that era. He was feuding with Mr. Perfect and the Heenan family at this time, so wish I had his nightstick. You know, he came with a nightstick prop there. But yeah, Big Boss Man. Okay, like I say, that was Saturday. I don't know if that was quite enough to make a video on, so we just lumped it in with today. And let's see what we got from Hosking Avenue Swap Meet. First of all, this huge Minnie Mouse. And it's like a Walt Disney World one, kind of an older, see the tag there? Kind of an older one. I don't know if I'd call it vintage, but this might be early 90s, late 80s, so really clean in really good condition. So pick up a little Minnie Mouse. My youngest daughter Paige just got her a Minnie Mouse bed. She's in the Minnie Mouse phase, so we'll see if she digs that one. What else did we get? Oh, here's a little, like the old school wrestling buddies, but kind of a newer version. There's John Cena. You Can't See Me. His ears are a little pointy. He looks like an elf, kind of. It's Elf John Cena. Okay. Got a lot of plushies. You always find a lot of plushies, but what can I say? I can't stay away from him. There's a Spider-Man one. It looks like from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie era. But, you know, whatevs. Oh, and then there was a few randoms. Like, there was like a 5 for $1 table. So this is some stuff I got for 20 cents each. I forget what property this is. He's like a little kid Dracula, Little Monsters or something like that. I forget the name of the property, so someone's going to yell at me. Same thing. Like I say, for the 5 for $1. We got a little Megazord here. I don't know, it looks like he's missing some stickers or something on the front there. His horn's a little tweaked. 20 cents, whatever. Alright, oh, that's cool. Another one for the 5 for $1. That is a Harry Potter. And that is book Harry Potter, not movie version Harry Potter. But there he is, playing Quidditch. Alright. The other item that was on the 5 for $1 table was this. I think it's Power Ranger like key holder. It might do some stuff once you put a key in, it activates some electronic functions. So, little Power Ranger props there. And the other thing that filled out the last item for the 5 for $1 was this. Kind of the play school version of Legos. Their version of Spider-Man. So, that one's actually pretty sweet. I don't think I have that one in the loose Spider-Man display, so he might actually go, like, maybe not in the glass case, but, maybe in one of my other Spider-Man displays. We'll see. Just put him right there for right now. Okay, and now this next one brought back a lot of fond memories. A lot of fond memories. If you are a kid of the 80s, you probably remember going to Burger King, buying the Burger King kids meal, and trying to get one of these. The old DC Superpowers Burger King kids meal cups. These are awesome. What were these, 1988 or something like that? It was kind of during the Superpowers era, but the later run. I think these came out right around the time the first Tim Burton Batman movie was coming out, so superheroes were pretty popular there, but it was kind of the tail end of the Superpowers 80s era marketing. But yeah, there's Superman. I think there was, Wonder Woman, Batman, Darkseid, and Superman. And you see these figures around. I have a Batman also that I had on the sales floor at CollectorCon this last weekend. But what you don't find is actually the cup. I was pretty excited. I mean, we'll clean it out, obviously, but wow. Excited to find the cup that actually clips in. You see it clips in down here at the bottom. The pegs of the cup actually fit into the hands there. So wow, this brings back a bit of nostalgia. And I'm happy to find that with the cup. So that was one of the funnest finds for me. Like I say, value-wise, with a find like that, it's not really about like, oh, how much can you get resale for it. With that one, it's just, ooh, totally worth it for the nostalgia. Alright. Here is kind of an oddball. This is the Playful Penguin Race. And this is a DY toy from, 1983 there. From the DY Toy Industrial Company. And this is, I mean, the penguins go up the track there, or they go up the stairs, and then they slide down the track, it looks like. Pretty cool little... And I love the boxes of classic 80s toys, man. I love the color schemes and the logos that they used. And that's what it looks like there. So it looks like it's pretty intact. There's a few penguins there. We'll see if it still runs, baby. Get this thing going. But yeah, I'm starting to like vintage toys, not just, obviously, I wanted the action figures, the Power Toys, He-Man, Star Wars, all that stuff, Voltron. But I'm starting to really, as I've been doing these adventures and picking up stuff over the last few years, swap meets, yard sales, thrift stores, where things are so cheap that you can really just kind of diversify. And man, I'm really growing fond of just some of these random vintage toys. So Doesn't just have to be action figures now at this stage. Okay, that was pretty cool. And also, and we'll have to kind of press these out and shape them, but we got some of the old He-Man Masters of the Universe mini comics, and these are the ones that came, I believe these came with the action figures, the old action figure line. These would be comics that you'd get that kind of pair up with whatever character you were buying. The Stench of Evil, there's Stinkor, the evil skunk man. I love it. What else we got here? Between a Rock and a Hard Place. There he is against the Horde. Oh, there was even a Superpowers Wonder Woman comic. And these have seen better days. Like I say, these aren't... if you're a mint collector, you're probably not going to be interested in these. But, just for cool displays. Another one of the He-Mans. King of the Snake Man. Snake Man from He-Man was cool. His body busted open, and then he would just be snakes. And then you could detach his limbs. It was crazy cool. I remember him as a kid. He was one of my favorite He-Man figures, not because the character was cool, but just the functionality of that action figure was kind of fun. Rock People to the Rescue. Oh, is that the Rock Lords? I think Mattel launched the Rock Lords, trying to follow up on the success of He-Man Masters of the Universe. That's cool. I have one of those guys loose, too. Alright, so cool little mini comics there. Oh, what else did we get? A couple of board games. This is a DVD board game of WWE, and as you can see, the big guys they were marketing there are like Batista, John Cena, and Bobby Lashley. So this is like 2006, 2007 era. But yeah, just a DVD board game. So we will see if that is fun. Speaking of board games, this is a cool Lord of the Rings one. And it's cool to see Lord of the Rings merchandise that actually isn't based off the movies. This is, look at that old school art. Eagle game. I'm not sure what year this game is from. It looks kind of vintage, but I don't think it is. I think it's a little more of a modern game. Let's see if we can find a date on her. Yeah, 2003. So it's pretty cool. There's the back of it. You can kind of see how it sets up there. So we will definitely give that a shot, see if that game's any fun. Alright, here's another thing we got today. This is fully sealed. Still got the plastic all over, but this is from 1983. This is a Return of the Jedi A-Wing fighter model. Snap model from MPC there. And yeah, this is pretty cool. You see these around. These aren't rare, but still any cool merchandise from the original run of Star Wars, and that is 1983. Anything is cool merchandise, and it's very minty. Very, very minty. It is sealed in cellophane, and no real like puncture marks or anything. If you're a minty collector, that's a sweet one there. The A-Wing fighter, not the most famous of the Star Wars vehicles, Return of the Jedi vehicles, but a really cool one in my opinion. Cool little compact fighter there. It's the economy car of Rebel starships. Alright, and the last thing that I got this morning was... This was cool. It's a sealed Marvel Select figure, but the coolest part about this is not just a regular Marvel Select figure. This is the Disney Store exclusive. Theoretically, you can't order these from the distributor. This is something you have to go to a Disney store for, whether it be at the Magic Kingdom or if Disney stores do. Disney stores still exist in malls. We used to have one here in Bakersfield way back in the day, but it went out years and years ago. But this is Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. It looks like he's in, The Amazing Spider-Man. This is the 2012 movie. And this was a cool suit. It was kind of a cool variation. It had gold lenses there. and kind of a variation on the classic Spider-Man suit. But I didn't mind it. I liked it. I like this variation of the suit a lot. So that's a Disney Store exclusive. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. So that's a pretty good find. And I got that for really, really cheap. So I can definitely sell that for way under, eBay market value. Give someone a good deal there. I already have this figure in my personal collection loose that I actually found at the swap meet at one time also. So I will be able to pass this along to another collector. Luckily, I don't have to hoard it all, guys. I can pass stuff along, but yeah, there you go. So that was the haul this weekend from Bakersfield, California. You know, didn't buy a lot of bulk, just kind of cherry picked some stuff I liked. Bought from some of my regular vendors that I buy from. They're cool people. I like supporting their booths every week. So there it is, Bakersfield, California, the Hosking Avenue swap meet. I'll come at you next week from week 2 of the Hosking Avenue swap meet. Like I say, during the time when our big county fair is in town, Hosking is the place to be. Alright guys, Lazy Burrow, if you like seeing loot videos from toy hunting, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a subscribe, all that stuff. Lazy Burrow. Lazy Burrow, we will see you guys next time. Hopefully I do some toy hunting here during the week, because I don't like to wait for the weekends, man. I don't like to wait for the weekends. You can do toy hunting 7 days a week if you're smart about it. Leave for work 10 minutes early and stop by a thrift store, stuff like that. So, alright guys, I will see you. Let's watch some football, man. I forgot it's Sunday. Football's about to come on. Set your lineups and let's get going. See you guys next week.